This is Epic Book Recaps, a podcast that offers complimentary audio summaries of influential nonfiction books, making learning a smarter experience. Fierce Conversation by Susan Scott. Initiate interactive dialogue. Communicate with others rather than speaking at them. Individuals often experience failure in their personal and professional lives due to their avoidance of engaging in intense and genuine dialogue. A fierce conversation refers to a genuine exchange that penetrates superficiality to reach the core of an issue. It's a conversation marked by fervor, rawness, and sincerity. Intense dialogues tackle the truth, promote education, tackle difficulties, and improve connections. Our most valuable possession as humans is the web of connections we forge with others. Emotions typically outweigh logic in shaping our choices, with our emotional investment heavily influencing our decision-making. The true gauge of a leader's effectiveness lies in the richness of the bonds formed with others, both inside and outside their organization. Miscommunication between leaders and team members is commonplace, primarily because they don't engage in frequent dialogue. Additionally, we are so engrossed in our interpretations when listening that we often overlook other people's viewpoints. Success in both our personal and professional lives hinges on numerous elements, with our courage to question our perceived reality being paramount. We tend to shy away from uncomfortable discussions at work, persisting with failing strategies to the detriment of the entire organization. Similarly, individuals in personal relationships focus on trivial matters, ignoring their core needs until it's impossible to ignore the issues any longer. By that time, it's usually too late. Another key element is acknowledging that conversations are the lifeline of relationships. When conversing, it's crucial to consider whether you're simply exchanging information or truly striving to create a rapport. Individuals who create personal bonds with others tend to be more successful in their interactions. Creating a bond with another person requires understanding their feelings, being open and genuine, and showing a willingness to learn about them. It's not about promoting your own interests or masking the truth with sweetness. A leader's responsibility includes facilitating moments of insight by engaging in discussions that uncover our ability to think creatively and independently. The overview examines the nature, purpose, and methods of forging strong interpersonal bonds through intense dialogues. Its aim is to evolve from a traditional style of leadership to a modern approach. By emphasizing 7 key principles, the intent is to change your personal and professional life incrementally, with each conversation contributing to this shift. A notable fact is that the field of economics recognized a psychologist, Daniel Kahneman, with its highest honor, the Nobel Prize, in 2002. Dialogues create the links between yourself and your aspirations. Individuals often assign meanings to words that deviate from the intended message of the person speaking or writing. Misinterpretations of language frequently result in the deterioration of relationships. The question is, why do these misunderstandings occur? It's because of our personal filters. Our perceptions of the world around us are shaped by our beliefs, opinions, and viewpoints. This means that everyone interprets a conversation through their own unique lens, making communication more complex. To enhance the effectiveness of our dialogues, we need to acknowledge that our assessments can often be inaccurate, stemming from our personal internal dialogues that usually exclude the other individual. The way we interact with ourselves and with others during conversations will dictate the success of those interactions. For businesses, this means evolving from having workers who are solely motivated by salary to those who are aligned with the company's mission. Embracing difficult discussions and speaking honest truths can lead to transformative changes within the organization. There are 4 essential conversational frameworks to consider when aiming to reach organizational objectives. Team conversations, coaching conversations, delegation conversations, confrontation conversations. Discussions within a team are crucial for enhancing the decision-making process. Constructive dialogues that avoid creating tension among team members, yet serve to define objectives and question existing norms, are key to ensuring effective execution. Discussions focused on coaching are aimed at fostering team members' growth and cultivating their commitment to the company. The intent is to foster an environment that facilitates transformation and delivers outcomes more quickly than anticipated. Conversations regarding delegation are about increasing individual responsibility by setting up action plans with specific timelines, thereby providing a structured approach to plan development. Talks about addressing conflicts concern matters of attitude, performance, or behavior, and involve identifying and managing difficult issues. Potent dialogues consist of three components: the courage to uphold one's principles, expressing desires unambiguously, and the willingness to follow through with measures. You will achieve your objectives when you manage to strip away the superficial chatter to uncover the deeper truths that are typically left unsaid in discussions. This demands a particular attitude, abilities, lifestyle, and leadership approach, along with a plan tailored to meet set goals. Although it can appear challenging, simply focus on engaging in one meaningful dialogue after another and build upon each experience. Even the most carefully prepared plans must be adjusted in response to an always evolving reality. Several worldwide occurrences have led to an era of unprecedented uncertainty, despite the reluctance of individuals to recognize the changes and altered circumstances. The start of the 21st century has seen the emergence of terrorism, advancements in technology, and shifts in the way we live. Despite being less than 30 years into this new era, it's clear that life's course does not follow a straight path, and it is impossible for anyone to foresee the future with accuracy. The guiding foundational rule we should follow as we navigate through the complexities of life and business is the importance of scrutinizing the truth of our circumstances. Two discussion techniques, the beach ball method and the mineral rights strategy, are essential for conducting intense dialogues that truly probe into reality. The beach ball method is especially useful in organizational contexts, but also works in personal conversations. It likens participants to standing on various colored stripes of a beach ball, where someone on a red stripe perceives the whole ball as red, another on a blue stripe sees it as blue, and so forth. Each person believes their perspective is the sole correct one, while others are mistaken. There must be a willingness to question these perceptions through robust dialogue. This beach ball method involves identifying a problem, selecting participants for the discussion, encouraging them to share their individual perspectives regardless of differences, and concluding the discussion by acknowledging all views without passing judgment. On the other hand, the mineral rights strategy is more suited for delving into a particular aspect of reality, resembling the process of drilling deep for minerals rather than many shallow boreholes. Mineral rights scrutinizes actuality, delving deeper to enhance transparency, deepen knowledge, and drive transformation. Rather than offering guidance, you stimulate personal revelations. Recommendations are provided only when the individual has proposed possible actions. Challenge all assumptions. Pursue wisdom from all individuals and establish a secure environment for expressing honest thoughts. Progressive transformation occurs in our existence when we make the conscious decision to embrace and exhibit our true selves. Numerous individuals avoid confronting the realities of their existence and are too fearful to honestly express their personal circumstances. This tendency can be dangerous, as it might lead to fatal consequences. While we often muster bravery in the face of mortal danger, we shy away from showing our true selves in day-to-day scenarios. The pursuit of social approval prevents us from being frank. As a result, companies may collapse financially, and personal connections may fall apart due to the lack of candid communication. Extreme openness is essential for problem solving because it enables us to focus on and deal with the underlying issues instead of just the outward signs. It is commonly believed that individuals are most truthful with their physicians as they acknowledge the importance of transparency for their own health. In contrast, when someone inquires about our well-being or if there is an issue, we often default to fine or nothing's wrong, regardless of the truth. At the corporate level, false rumors and misinformation can be just as life-threatening to an organization as a medical issue is to an individual. The solution is rooted in honesty and encouraging the same from others. Own up to your mistakes by specifically acknowledging what went wrong. Outline how you plan to fix these errors and engage others from various perspectives to contribute. Keeping communication pathways clear and staying composed will allow for meaningful, open dialogue that fosters the regaining of trust. Is there a topic too sensitive to discuss in your personal relationships or within your organization? Seek these topics out and expose them. Progress is made through tackling these difficult discussions. Embracing honesty and stepping into the light from the shadows will make our lives more fulfilling, and others will gravitate towards the genuineness we exhibit. However, this step necessitates a deviation from our usual patterns, which isn't easy. Keep a record of your emotions regarding yourself, your life, and your career. Next, write down your responses to the following questions: my destination, the reason for my journey, my companions, my method of travel. Understand the full meaning behind the message rather than focusing solely on the text. In today's world full of distractions, our capacity to focus is limited. Nonetheless, without giving our undivided attention, we're unable to engage in intense and meaningful dialogues that are crucial for achieving success. Give your undivided focus to your significant other, irrespective of the time you have, whether you're at home or in the workplace. Humans possess a fundamental desire for others to comprehend them, a yearning that, according to psychologist Jeffrey Bernstein, surpasses even the longing for affection. Without giving others our full focus, we cannot truly understand them. To bring about meaningful improvement in our relationships, it's essential to ensure people feel acknowledged. Nonetheless, our progression through life often sees us becoming more skeptical and detached, as trust issues and a reluctance to open up to others begin to develop. To surpass these obstacles, we must alter our communicative approach by changing the way we engage in dialogue, pose questions, and actively listen. Being fully engaged in conversations and posing insightful, probing questions can have a profound effect. When inquiring, make sure to listen receptively, as this will aid you in gauging the state of the relationship. Avoiding or delaying discussions should not be an option, as they are crucial to the well-being and achievement of all parties. Moreover, such interactions needn't focus solely on grievances. Engage in dialogue about the significance and value of individuals within your team or organization. Engaging in these meaningful conversations is one of the most powerful forms of communication. To foster an environment where open and honest conversations can thrive, practice active listening with both your eyes and ears. When engaged in an intense dialogue, pay attention to the content, emotions, and intentions being conveyed. Listening in this manner promotes transparency and unveils the true nature of individuals involved. A little-known trick to excel in conversation is to ask questions rather than succumb to the urge to impart your own knowledge. When having an in-depth conversation, consider what questions you could ask to delve deeper into the topic at hand. What ought to be our main focus during this conversation? How is this subject connected to the broader context of the relationship? How does this matter impact you or others? What are the potential consequences if we fail to deal with this issue? What role did you have in bringing about this scenario? How will solving this problem create an impact or change the current situation? How do you plan on addressing this problem? Ensure that you enter the discussion with an open mind, without pre-formulated replies. Refrain from disparaging or finding faults in the responses given to your inquiries. Expand your enterprise and strengthen relationships through daily in-person interactions and responses. Be brave enough to confront and address any behavioral, performance, or mindset problems that are obstructing the development of your relationship or the success of your organization. In the absence of feedback, you could find yourself repeatedly dealing with the same issue. It is this cycle of endlessly tackling the same issue that can lead to exhaustion and burnout. Transformation begins with engaging in a profound dialogue and is maintained by continuous nurturing conversations. Avoiding direct discussions about attitudes, behaviors, and subpar performance can harm relationships and businesses. Most individuals engage in triangulation, which involves person A discussing person C's negative behavior with person B, allowing them to collectively dislike person C. Evading direct conflict is ultimately counterproductive because the reasons for avoiding it tend to materialize over time. These feared outcomes are almost certain to occur. The solution lies in redefining how we perceive confrontation. Rather than viewing it as a battle, we should approach it as a cooperative dialogue to address an issue. Confronting someone should mean tackling a problem alongside them. Establishing a consistent cycle of feedback can desensitize the idea of confrontation, making it less contentious. Experiencing surprise terminations can be jarring, but this can be avoided if an organization promotes ongoing feedback. Rather than relying on impersonal performance evaluations, having direct, growth-oriented conversations can be more beneficial. It's even more effective if employees take charge of these discussions, deciding on the agenda, timing, and leading the dialogue themselves. During such meetings, encourage employees to ask questions that will contribute to their personal development. Which of the positions I hold is essential for the success of our department or the company as a whole? Where should I direct my concentration or move my focus? When is the appropriate time to showcase my abilities? How can we work synergistically? How do I contribute positively to my team and serve my clients' needs effectively? When am I at my peak performance? Feedback elevates a worker's sense of responsibility. It transforms them from someone oblivious to their flaws, prone to pointing fingers at colleagues, justifying their errors, passively wishing for improvements, to someone who recognizes the truth of the situation. They then accept it, actively search for ways to fix it, and ultimately take the initiative to put those fixes into action, learning and developing through the process of correcting their missteps. Committing yourself to engaging in passionate and intense discussions in both your personal life and professional sphere can be daunting, but it's an admirable pursuit. To make it simpler, surround yourself with individuals who already participate in such straightforward dialogues. Experience is the best teacher. Therefore, to practice these concepts, you should critically assess your own situation, open your heart to new knowledge, confront difficult issues head-on, and cultivate deeper self-relationships. Enjoy listening to quality music, reading enlightening books, and going for reflective walks. Embrace life with bravery by stepping out from the comfort of anonymity. Perfection in humans, which is likely non-existent, is dull. Trust your gut and let your feelings guide you towards fresh perspectives and opportunities. The 7 key principles for adopting candid conversations include: 1. Summon the bravery to rigorously examine the truth with methods like the beach ball and mineral rights. 2. Strip away the superficial reactions to reveal your genuine self. 3. Strive to understand the whole person rather than interpreting messages solely through your own lens. 4. Face the hardest issues directly as they are what will ultimately shape whether you succeed or fail. 5. Trust your instincts to lead you to the truth. 6. Remember that you helm your life, so you need to be emotionally present to fully experience it. 7. Value times of solitude, for it is in stillness that you can engage in honest self-dialogue. Stop fretting over others' opinions and foster genuineness with everyone you interact with consistently. Try this. Have one-on-one, earnest conversations. If they have to be through virtual means, make sure you can see one another. Choose an aspect of your personal life and one in your professional life where forthright dialogues are necessary. Initiate these exchanges with any of the following opening questions. However, the questions are not provided in the text. What is the essential subject we must discuss? Do you have a subject you would prefer to avoid talking about? What seems unachievable yet has the potential to yield extraordinary success. What steps can we take to accomplish it? What principles do we hold dear? Are we truly embodying these principles in our lives? In our organization, what are we deliberately overlooking or neglecting to address?